Home of the 105 K Jams Artist Takeover. We here. Midwest beat. Putting on that heat.
105 K Jams Hip Hop and R&B hits. Check this out. We've been talking about it all week. It is time for another episode of the Artist Takeover. And this time we kind of changing the game up a little bit. Usually on the music side of the game, but this time we getting cinematic with it. I got my good brother in the building, Ephriam Liggins, a.k.a. EP Love. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, what's up?
Man, chilling, man. Glad you could come through, man. And I'm glad that you can, be the first one to, show the town what we have to offer besides, music. We got filmmaking and all these type of things.
Most definitely.
So check this out, man. We're going to jump straight into it. Tell the people who Ephriam Liggins is.
Ephriam Liggins is a creative, that likes to express the importance of passion and being one true self, being yourself and, not being afraid to express it. I'm a singer, songwriter, filmmaker, anything that's, artistic.
That's what I'm talking about right there. So you just a little bit of everything right there.
A little bit of everything.
Jack of all trades.
Yes, sir.
You can film the movie, make the soundtrack.
I do it all. Do it all.
You know what I'm saying? So what inspired you to transition from being an R&B singer and songwriter to pursuing a career in filmmaking?
Sometimes when you move throughout life, it's about growth, elevation. It was, just seeing things and seeing a difference. Like, sometimes you'll be in one spot and, you get comfortable with that and, you want to do more things, but you're not brave enough to do that. And so just me being brave and want to do something that I've always wanted to do. And it was time to step up and be brave and take that leap,
Man, let's expound on that bravery because a lot of people feeling the same thing you feeling right there. Mm-hmm. Because you doing one thing and it's cool, but there's so much more inside of you.
Yes.
And it takes a lot to, just stand on that bravery inside of you saying, like, man, no matter what people may say, I'm going to stand on this and I'm going to be who I want to be.
Right. And I feel like everybody out there in the world, they all have something that they want to do. It's just about being brave enough to go out and strive and push towards that,
Yeah, man. So check this out. Can you share more about your early experiences with attempting to make a movie at a young age and how it impacted your passion for film?
Yeah, man. So as a youngster, I used to always have a thing for movie. That's back during the Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. You get with your family. It was like a field trip. It was like an experience going into the Blockbuster buying the VHS tapes. I guess I just told my age right there, but
there's a lot of youngsters in the car like, man, what's a Blockbuster?
Right. I just told my age, but film has always been like something that me and my family would get together and we was intrigued by it. So me, I had a couple of friends in the neighborhood, one in particular that lived right across the street, shout out to Brian, and we decided we was gonna make a horror film. And so we went to the mask store. We got all these masks and fake blood and little fake knives and black clothes. We thought we was gonna make it. So we worked, man. We worked for like a whole 2 weeks trying to put this together. So we got our hand on a camcorder. There again, I told my age. We got a camcorder and we got it. We thought it was game on, just to realize we didn't have a tape to go in it. And that was it. So it was, I didn't look at it as a failure. It was just, it just didn't happen. And, after that, I did just transition into music. And that was just that,
How was growing up in Tulsa, Oklahoma? And how did it influence, your artistic vision and your stories that you tell through your films? Because I don't know if people have been out there, really been hip, but man, my man got a movie on YouTube that's crazy, and it got a heck of a cliffhanger to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's titled The Man for the Job, and I wanted to bring in the essence of Tulsa. And I feel like growing up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, this has always been a place of authenticity, whether people like to know it or not. I mean, you could go to big cities and feel like, oh, I'm in a big city, But I guarantee you, if you leave and go visit a big city, every time you come back and you cross into Tulsa, you feel that like, okay, I'm back home.
You back to the crib.
You back to the crib. Right? You could argue it, but deep down inside, you know. But we got a lot of beautiful things, and as you see, there's a lot of growth happening here. You just gotta, keep your eyes open and, look at it. Yeah. And just, being out there, experiencing the different landscapes and the people, and just being a small city is. It's home. So, looking at everything in the landscapes, it, influenced my artistic vision,
That's smooth right there. Yeah. So in what ways do you aim to showcase the unique history and culture of Tulsa through your filmmaking?
Just the landmarks, the historical landmarks, and not just, the old school landmarks, the new school landmarks, the culture, our lingo, the different places that we like to go, like to eat, the music, just the style, the vibe. I feel like Tulsa, it has its own vibe, I don't know if people really just tune into it, but if you just sit back and you really just look at it and soak it in, you'll see it, you'll feel it. So, that's what I want to, showcase into my films, because films is just not a visual, it's also a feeling. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So check this out. I got my guy Ephriam Liggins in the building in the Artist Takeover. We're going to pay some bills and we right back at it. So again, don't touch that dial. And if you got to go back to work or, you outside with it because the weather feels absolutely amazing, make sure you guys download Stream by PPVC on all your smartphone, Apple, and Android devices. No, you don't need to feel confined to the car. Download that app and keep listening to this takeover and take us wherever you are. It's K-Jams.
Hey, Dad.
We are still in the building with my brother Ephriam Liggins. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling good.
You feeling good, man? You in your pocket with it?
Oh yeah, for sure, always.
So we was talking a little bit behind the scenes, man, of what it takes to film a movie, man, because a lot of times people look at it like it's a music video, like you just show up about 30 minutes to like 45 and the party over. Like, a lot of times you guys got to shoot multiple scenes over and over and over to get it perfect, right?
Yeah. It can be a very tedious process, man. Sometimes you may shoot it the 1st, the 5th, the 10th, the 20th time, and it may be that 50th time that you got exactly what you want to and capture that element. So yeah, it's a tedious process, man.
You be like, look, that's how I want you to do from now on. That's you right there. that's you right there.
That's it. Yeah.
So, which black filmmakers have the most significant influence on your work?
I would say to name just a few, but I would say my top would be Robert Townsend.
Okay.
And Robert Townsend, I was drawn to his films
they
as a kid.
They sleep on him, man.
Yeah, as a kid, my first favorite movie that I can remember was Meteor Man. I know, it was crazy.
Hey, my man.
Yeah, man. So it was I didn't even know that was his film. I just liked the movie. And so after that, my second favorite movie of all time, until this day, is Five Heartbeats.
Yeah.
And he was the one, he was in it, but he was the one that wrote it as well. So I'm it was something about his stuff that I was drawn to. So I give it to him, and man, definitely John Singleton.
Yeah.
And, Spike Lee, of course.
You got to give it to Spike Lee to go.
You got to.
With John Singleton, man, when he wrote that Boys in the Hood, man.
Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
He captured where he came from, his environment, out there in the L.A., Compton. That was special, man.
That's back before they actually started capturing reality on film, like actual real reality.
Yeah. He pulled the
that
bold
was
move.
Raw.
Yeah, that was straight raw. Yeah.
And I have to ask you, how have they shaped your approach to telling your story?
I would say that they shaped it by making me realize that be true to self. Yeah, you can do things to mimic other people, but they already have a Spike Lee. You know, they already
Come
have,
on, brother.
you know, and the same thing, you know, with music as well. You know, to anything you do, you know, once you capture yourself, your vision, you know, where you came from, and help people try to see it as best as you can through your lens, your eyes, and how you view it, that, yeah. So I would say they taught me that, like, you know, just be authentic. Go out there and you know, be brave and help people see things the way that you see it. Because, you know, they have their own eyes, their own perspective of the way they see things. But if you can help them see it your way, it might be special to them. Like, man, I never seen it like that or thought of it like that. So, yeah.
That's powerful right there. And you said something. You said a whole word, authenticity, and not copying. Because, you know, like you said, there's already a Spike Lee, there's already a Singleton, but there is not a Liggins. You know what I'm saying? Not an Ephriam. And the thing about when you are, you know, copying people, man, you know, eventually, especially if it catches on fire and you blow up, people will see that, man. And hey, you don't want that type of fall.
No, not at all. I want to leave greatness, man. Greatness.
So what message or theme do you hope to convey through your films you create?
I would say it depends on the genre that I'm doing as well, but I do want to highlight, you know, black greatness, and not that I'm not trying to highlight greatness for any other race. Please don't do me like that. But I want to convey black greatness in that we can do things that we put our mind to, and we can capture the essence that's in the moment. Like, you know, you have special things that's around you every day. You know, you just got to be able to look at it and see it and be like, you know what, that's special. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, the way that, you know, those flowers are sitting on my table, you know, that looks beautiful. You know, that's a moment that's in your life. So, you know, I do feel like, you know, people should, you know, take notice of those special moments, you know.
That's real. And, you know, kind of tapping back to what we was talking about, Man for the Job, which is your film that's on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
What message or theme do you hope to convey? Well, let me re-say that. What message or theme do you hope to convey through the films you create, particularly in relation to your community or culture? Well, I think we already talked about that. Man, bro, these are just so many dope questions, man. Can you elaborate on the importance of staying true to one's roots and representing local stories and experiences in filmmaking, as demonstrated, like we just said, about Spike Lee and John Singleton, and like I was saying about Man for the Job, man, you captured the essence of Tulsa right there. So
yeah, yeah, you know, and that's the thing, man. You know, we have, you know, these industries where we go and we see, you know, movies shot in California, movies shot in Atlanta, or, you know, New Mexico, wherever. I feel like those places are bringing us into their world. Like, we have our own world right here. So, you know, just being able to, you know, represent what we got here that's around us. You know, I mean, this is Black Wall Street, man. We had greatness here for many of ages. I mean, yeah, you may feel like it's been dimmed down or whatever, but it is what we make it. So, you know, hey, I just want to capture greatness and, you know, live up to the name of Black Wall Street.
come on now, brother. Hey, my guy is still in the building. We still going crazy in the Artist Takeover. Do not touch that dial. I cannot emphasize this enough, man. It is so dope when we can highlight different forms of art in our own backyard, man. Mm-hmm. Like he was just saying, man, you don't have to go out of town, man. You know, these movies, everything you need is right here on the home court, man. So check this out, man. We gonna listen to a little bit of tracks and we gonna come right back because my guy is still in the building and we got so much more to talk about. It's K-Jams. Any projects coming up, you know, film-wise? You know, we talked about, you know, Man for the Job. Is there a part 2?
Yeah, we're actually in production right now for part 2, Man for the Job part 2. We've been working on it, knocking out the scenes. So, you know, I'm really excited. It's looking good. Everything's turning out good. And, you know, of course, I got other projects that I'm writing as well. So, yeah, lot to come.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Keep the streets fed. So I gotta ask you, man, what challenges have you faced, or overcame while establishing yourself as a filmmaker, especially in a location traditionally, associated with the film industry?
I would say, being in this area, not a lot of people is open to, the idea that, hey, you can do film here. I think, we got it in our minds that, oh, you got to go somewhere else to be able to do it. And so, some of my challenges are, when I present, this opportunity to people, I don't think they really take it in. It's kind of like, it may sound like I'm just talking, to some people.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Or you doing a movie, I don't want to, whatever. But, no, I'm really serious. So, I would say, that support or people that's wanting to be involved to make something, creative, something dope, it can definitely make a challenge, because they're not in tune with it. It's almost like something new to them. Kind of like when the internet first came.
Right.
It was just like, you can't do that, But, I would say that, and, just trying to, find, certain support in that because it's fairly new for this area. I mean, there's people here that does it, but, for us, and the black community here is it's kind of new.
Yeah, it is kind of new. It's like one of those things where you see it happening and you want to be a part of it, but a lot of people don't want to be the first ones.
Right.
And that sucks because, man, a lot of people don't realize, like movies, like let's just say it's like some of the greats, like Friday. Mm-hmm. That right there was shot probably in one day. It was shot. A lot of people had to like take a chance on Cube.
Yeah.
And his vision. A lot of people got their start off of that as well.
They did. And the crazy thing is he shot that whole movie on the front porch. I don't think people tuned into that really. I think he went to the store one time, but yeah, he shot that on the front porch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And a lot of people, and that's the thing, we see a lot of these big time actors and we feel like, oh man, they're dope. We see them in this, that. But they don't realize that these people have been working their butt off for, 7, 8, 9, 10 years doing, student films or low budget films or free films or whatever. Yeah, they actually have to put that work in and shape their craft in order to, get to the level that they're at. Like Denzel Washington, I mean, I'm sure he started somewhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't on Man on Fire or what's the one that everybody liked when he was a cricket
Training Day.
Training Day. Yeah. Man, I almost lost my black card for that.
Look, hey, you still got it.
I still got it.
You still got it.
So check this out, man. How do you see your work, contributing to providing a platform for unrepresented voices in the film industry, particularly in showcasing the stories of, Tulsa and its residents?
I would say, I'm providing opportunity, and I would say I'm contributing by giving people an opportunity to, express themselves creative-wise, and also giving them, somebody may want to be a filmmaker or an actor, and they don't have that hub that they can go through to make that happen. So definitely contributing by bringing some type of new content, new visions, and providing a new opportunity for somebody to get into acting or to get into filmmaking if they need information on how to do certain things like writing or, lighting. I mean, there's so many things that's tied into it, but yeah.
It is a lot of things, man, because lighting is everything, man. You try to shoot a movie in a dark place or it's too bright, or let's just say the location isn't so great or whatever. Everything goes a lot into it.
Yeah.
And even headshots and stuff like that, like building your portfolio. It's a lot that goes into acting.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's the thing, you're building your portfolio, and you're not gonna get it in 1 rep, 2 reps, kind of like, the music. You think, you could do one song and that's it. No, you have to have, bodies of work. You have to show them that, hey, I'm out here doing this or that. Like, you have to really work and build your portfolio. So you know.
Man, I gotta ask you, man.
What's
who,
that?
You as a filmmaker, who is your dream celebrity of working with, like casting? Like, what is your dream cast?
Wow, man. Look. Okay. So, I would say, man, I got this crazy thing, man. I definitely want to work with Samuel L. Jackson. That's crazy, man. Samuel L. Jackson, and the one cat, man. I don't know his real name. He played Terry off of BMF. I can't think of his real name.
It's Blue Da Vinci. Is that
Da Vinci?
Yeah.
Da Vinci. Yeah. I would like to work with him. He's new, and I would also say, man, you got to do Denzel, man.
You got to, man. That's the OG.
Yeah, Denzel is definitely an OG. And I'm gonna give you one more. I would definitely say, what's her name, man? It's right there.
What movie she play in?
She played in, man, see now I'm drawing a blank. She's older. Man, y'all please don't take my black card. How Stella got Angela Bassett. Please don't take my black card, y'all.
Hey, man, it's all good. Hey, be like that. It's Friday, they have a long week, all of that. But hey, man, that's a dope cast right there, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What type of movie would it be?
It would definitely be a thriller, man. Definitely a thriller. I mean, you know, you get Samuel L. Jackson, and you got some action in there, and you got some thriller. I mean, and I would say like a black like suspense thriller. You know, you got Denzel, you got Samuel, you got Angela Bassett, you got Da Vinci. Like it's gonna go.
It's gonna go, man. Guaranteed.
Most definitely.
Hey, man, y'all stay locked into the #1 station that's blazing your nation. We got some songs coming up. We got to pay some bills, and we right back at it. Hey, and you know, word is that my brother going to drop a gem for the youth. So, again, y'all might not want to miss it, especially if you got some kids in the car. You know, you might want to, you know, turn the radio up a little bit, you know, to say the youth some steps. But, again, I digress. We're going to get to these hits on hits. We're going to pay some bills. We right back at it. It's K-Jams. My brother Ephriam Liggins, a.k.a. EP Love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We in the building. So check this out, man. Before we get into, you know, you dropping a gem for the youth, man, where can people stream your movies?
So right now, the main hub right now, we're trying to work some things out as far as platforms. But right now, you can go to YouTube all day. You can look it up by Gemini Media. So when you spell it, it's not spelled like Gemini the regular way. So it's Gemineye Media. So you can go there. So make sure when you go check out the movies, you know, the weekend is here. So, you know, got a couple of films on there. I got Manifest. I got Man for the Job. So go on there and check it out. You know, it's the weekend. You know, you laying up. You know, check it out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Heavy on the subscribe.
Heavy on it. And make sure you leave a comment, too. And, you know, so I can check you out. So, yeah. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Gemini Media. Simple like that.
Hey, man, One Take Jake. So, you know, this is what we're waiting for right here. You know, inquiring minds want to know, you know, what advice would you give to aspiring filmmakers or just youth in general, especially those from smaller or less recognizable, you know, film communities, and who are looking to make an impact with their storytelling? You know, what would you drop for them, a gem?
I would definitely say, you know, wherever you're at, like equipment-wise or whatever, just start creating. You don't have to have, you know, a $1,000, $10,000 Arri Alexa camera or nothing like that. Just start with what you got. You know, nowadays you can capture things on your iPhones. Just try, you know, to just do that and be consistent in what you're creating. You know, be serious about it. And one thing about it, and a gem I would like to drop is consistency and discipline. If you got those two, you're gonna go far.
Man, that's real.
Yeah.
Consistency and discipline, man, because a lot of times, you know, without discipline, man, you kind of trick yourself out of a blessing that was supposed to be for you.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of trick yourself out of your position. And consistency, man, you could be the dopest person in the world. You could have the most amazing songs. You could be the most amazing film director. But if you drop off of, 5 years, 2 years, you're going to lose your audience.
That's it. Yeah, and then somebody else going to come along and they're going to take it. And, also, a big thing with me is distractions.
Sheesh.
Like, and that kind of falls in there with discipline, but distractions, it's easy for you to be focused on somebody hit you with a phone call. You working on your passion project, and somebody hit you with a phone call like, guess what happened? Such and such was over here fighting such and such, or something like that, and now you done wasted 2 hours, on the phone, and not saying that, you want to cut people off, but when you have something, a passion project or something you're working on, take that time for you. Block that out for you. Sometimes I get in there, I get the right, man, phone goes off, or I'm not answering phone calls or nothing. Like, I gotta figure this out, so, yeah.
I mean, y'all better lock in, because I'm telling you, man, sometimes you could be in the pocket where you about to drop the most amazing art, and then somebody can really just knock you off your pivot with some shenanigans.
Yeah.
That ain't really got nothing to do with you.
Right.
You just want to be in the mix.
That's it. Yeah, man. And sometimes, it feels like, the universe just throwing stuff at you. Hey, you want to go here? You want to, what? No, I don't want to go. But, certain things, especially when people come with negativity, and it don't necessarily got to be towards you. It could be towards something else or a way of thinking, and it'll take your mind into another place. So you got it right here in this realm where you being creative, you creating something nice, you doing what you love, you really feeling it, and they could just pick up the phone, they call you, and your mind just then hopped over to another dimension. And that's it.
Hey, man, it don't take much at all. Hey, man, before we get up out of here, brother, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd like to give a shout-out to Rio. I would like to give a shout-out to my cast, Man for the Job, Bird, D. Bruce, Sir Henry. I could go on for days. JoJo, Rio, I could go on for days. But shout out to moms. I love you, for sure. And all my family, friends, and supporters.
Hey, man, just like that.
Oh, one more. Ramal. I gotta get hometown heat. I gotta give a shout out.
Hey, man, Ramal. That's the thing about Ramal, man. He always gonna come through and he gonna throw you an alley-oop.
Man, definitely, man.